We'll do more dungeons later. But people have been asking me for a long time to read the patch notes. By a long time, I mean a couple days. Because obviously it's only been released recently. But we recently got new threads hinting at the 1.0 stuff that people want me to talk about, and I've actually read through them a little bit, although I've saved most of it for stream, so a lot of it will be my genuine reactions. But I've seen the important stuff already. Let's have a look, shall we? There's 2, right? Are there 2? Or is it just this one? Gear and modifiers. Yes, I believe it's this one. Alright. So, these are the patch notes that we got recently. This is it, right? I believe so. Yeah, this looks like it. This is design thread 6. Yeah, this is design thread 6. This is the newest one, right? Yeah. So we have the patch notes here. Now, the thing that everyone's talking about has got to be the changes to the essence system. That's the one that everybody's been talking about here. I'll get to that in a second. Let's just start from the top, shall we? We're talking about weapons, armors, and modifiers. Keep in mind, 1.0 design threads only have the objective to communicate our current plans and collect feedback from you. What you will read below isn't final and is still subject to changes. Now, this right here is something that I want to stress, okay? From what I've already read, this is critical, what is right here, okay? Subject to change, it's all just ideas. Anyway. That's it for today. Cool. I'd like to remind everyone the whole progression and balancing of the game will be redone, so if you're worried about any buffs or nerfs, yeah, and then you can just fill out a form. So far, nothing here is really revolutionary, in my opinion. It's not revolutionary in the sense that it's been done before in other games, so the actual concepts aren't revolutionary, but for the game, certainly it's going to rework Skyblock entirely. Alright, we've gone through it all. It's taken 25 minutes. We've gone through it all. Let me say what I have to say. So, let's just address the essence stuff. Everyone keeps saying, Term is dead, Juju is dead, whatever, everyone's freaking out, right? This is not a problem. This is not a problem. This is a good thing, actually. The fact that Juju, Term, all that stuff is quote-unquote dead is a good thing, in my opinion. And here's why, right? They're not going to kill Archer, for everyone who keeps saying that, because this is 1.0. 1.0 is however many months, if not years away from being fully released, right? When 1.0 is released, they're going to bring out new stuff. They're going to bring out new gear, new weapons, new items. They literally said at the beginning here that they're adding these new armor pieces, the cloaks and the belts and the necklaces and the gauntlets and stuff. Like, they're going to add new stuff. So saying that Archer is dead is stupid because Juju and Term aren't going to be the meta anymore. They're going to add more items. They literally said that. They're trying to diversify the game, right? And make it so you can, like, choose your classes better, diversify your builds properly, and, you know, suit to your playstyle better. And with that, they're going to have to rework what weapons exist in the game. And with that, a lot of changes are going to come around. You need to remember that a revolutionary change like this in the current game, if they implemented this right now, it would not work, obviously. But because they have so many other things planned and things that they want to release, and there's all the other previous threads that I'm not covering right now, you know, it's all gonna intertwine, it's going to work, and actually gonna be good. Hopefully, you know. So I actually have I have high hopes for this. As an Archer main myself, right? No big deal that they're gonna kill that. Now, Frozen Blaze and Superior, same story. Same story. If they don't want to make non-dungeon items dungeonizable, that's cool. They're going to have to figure out a way to keep the dungeon stuff in dungeons and the non-dungeon stuff not in dungeons. And they'll do that, right? They'll add more armor or weapons and items to the dungeon side of things. They'll add more weapons and items and stuff to the non-dungeon side of things, and then they're just not going to mix the two, right? No big deal. Obviously, my videos on Frozen Blaze or my videos on Superior aren't going to be relevant anymore. They're going to be outdated. But the whole game is going to be different. The whole game is going to have changed by that point. Like, there's so much. This is just one post. There's so much that they're going to change that all of the essence stuff that they've changed here, not a problem. I think it's a good thing. I like the idea that they're going to make stars applicable everywhere, and they're just going to separate dungeons and non-dungeons entirely, and it's not even going to be a strictly dungeon thing, which is really, really cool. So this, very good change. But yeah, once again, it wouldn't work in current day Skyblock. It would have to work in conjunction with the rest of the stuff that they want to implement. As opposed to all the other stuff, like I've already mentioned here, so the new armor slots is great. It's been done in many other games. So as long as this gets implemented properly, it's going to add a lot more diversification. There's going to be a lot more you can do with your builds. It's gonna be very, very nice. Armor set bonuses. This I really like. I like how you don't have to wear a full set for the full set bonus. But if you choose to, you still have that opportunity because you might want to use full Ys to do the races or something. Because maybe you need that mana reduction, right? But maybe you can use 1 or 2 pieces of Ys armor in conjunction with Necron because then you'll have really high damage, but then you also have some more mana because you have mana armor pieces as well. So this is really cool too. I don't quite get this. I mean, if they want to focus more on health, great. If they want to focus more on defense, great. I don't really care. I mean, this is not really too big of a difference here. Enchantments, this is also really, really good. Similar to other games that have existed, right? Like enchants or reforges and modifications, or for them, many other games have done this stuff as well. And as long as all the enchants are balanced and everyone has a role and a purpose, it's going to be good as well. Once again, it ties into the whole class diversification. You're going to be able to what's the word? You're gonna be able to make your own builds and actually run something that isn't just full Necron with a Wither Blade. But yeah, all in all, this all seems very promising, you know? And that's my problem with it. Now, we're done with the patch notes for now. I'll go back to the game. So, they're making... Here, we'll just quickly... We'll take off the helmet. We'll take off the helmet as well. Now, they're making a lot of posts regarding 1.0, right? And there are a lot of ideas that are in the works right now. Now, here's the only issue with that. Is it really going to work? Is it really going to go to plan? Is it really going to be the way they say it is? Are they going to do it the way that they've written and not compromise in areas and not mess things up and break things? Or is it just going to be some absolute shit show with a ton of bugs and exploits and glitches that's just not going to work, right? Because you know that I know that Hypixel loves glitches, and you know that I know that this game has a lot of problems with balancing and reworking and stuff. And I guess it is 1.0, it's the big update, it's the really cool thing that everyone's looking forward to, but I don't know, man. I don't trust them, really. Like, it all sounds fine and dandy, and it's not gonna come out first try. I accept that, right? It's not gonna come out first try. But I would at least expect it to be a good start or a nice reiteration. Maybe they start with the 4 new items, the new armor items, the gauntlets and the belts and whatever. And then from then on, they start implementing other things and whatnot. Maybe the enchants aren't as complicated at first, and then they start ramping up the quality of the enchants or adding more enchants. I don't know. All in all, 1.0, as it is, it seems good. Like I've said, it seems like a great concept. It's all an idea though, right? For all we know, none of it could happen. It's all subject to change, as they wrote at the beginning of the post, and we don't know what's going to happen. So, you know, Hypixel can keep making as many bold claims as they like. They can keep saying as many things as they want to in regards to the game going to be reworked forever and this and that. But like, you know, I don't know, man. Until I see it with my own eyes, until I see it for myself, and I can acknowledge that they've done a good job with it, I won't stand down from saying that Hypixel does a terrible job with their updates, because I will forever wholeheartedly believe that from what I have currently seen. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what you guys have to say about this. If you're watching on YouTube, feel free to leave your opinions in the comments as well, because I will read all those and see what people have to say. But yeah, it's all basically, to summarize everything, I personally agree with most of the things that they've said, with most of the things that they've hinted at or they've talked about in ideas and whatnot, but I don't at all think that it's going to happen. I genuinely do not believe it's going to happen. I can almost guarantee you that something is going to not be released, something's going to be scrapped, something's not going to happen. They're going to try and rework it and compromise in some way, and it's just not going to work properly, and it's like, oh, we had an idea, but we just half-assed it. And it's functional, maybe it's not buggy and it's not glitchy, but they missed out so many things that they could have added, and they just left it at that. But yeah, anyway, those are my thoughts on the update. Don't ask me again. What mod is doing that? Let me see this guy's stats. Let me see this guy's stats, dude. Left Icus for life. And now everyone's recognizing you? Of course, because my name is... What? This guy is embarrassing! Yo, this guy is embarrassing. Oh my god. I out-damaged this guy by like the entire time by a pretty substantial amount. And He's almost skill average 55. Bro, he's literally like a max player. He's kind of 40. And he got out damaged. Bro, look at my stats, bro. He got out damaged by this guy. He got out damaged by this guy, dude.